This has not been an easy decision. But time and time again in this year's Football Manager, one team has caused me pain after pain after pain. Bottom of the group, and you guessed it, we lost to Aston Villa. Obviously I got knocked out of the Champions League by Aston Villa because I always do. Having said all of that, we had made the Champions League final, and wouldn't you believe it, it's against my massive bogey team, Aston Villa. From a corner, Ollie Watkins scored. Are you kidding?
Oh shit, here we go again.
This Villa curse even stretched to me on a guest appearance on Omega Luke's channel with Omega Dad.
No way!
Is this a fix? Is this a fix? Are we having a laugh?
No, I honestly can't believe
You
that.
brought it up about Aston Villa, not us, mate.
Wow, I can't believe that's transferred onto my channel too. That is hilarious.
Honestly, Villa and me have a bigger rivalry than Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. So there's only one thing for it, isn't there? That's right, I'm taking charge of Aston Villa, and we're gonna completely destroy them. So then, the deal is done. I'm in charge of Villa, but what are my plans? Well, very simply, that team there won't be the one we'll be playing, because by appointing me as manager, they have made a deal with the devil. Aston Villa have been in the Premier League a long time. Let's just sort that out. They have a mighty strong squad, but it's only mighty strong when you play the players in the positions they should be.
I mean,
So we're going to hop over to the tactics screen, go down to the weird tactics file. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so the tactics in, so let's put the team in. If I go to quick pick with the best 11 for Aston Villa, that's what it gives us, but I'm not having that. You've got Duran and Watkins up front, they're going to score far too many, so let's swap them with Konza and Torres, and let's put John McGinn in goals. Now, Aston Villa are predicted to finish 8th in the league, but we are not going to finish 8th in the league. We're going to finish rock bottom, but it doesn't end there. Because by the time I'm finished with them, they're not going to be in the Championship, League 1 or League 2. I'm sending them down to the Vanarama National. And I know what you're thinking as I lock in the simulation instructions of use current match tactics and use current team selection. I'm going to get sacked, right? Well, that doesn't matter. Because no matter how many times this club decide to sack me, they've done me dirty so many times, I'm going to re-add myself and re-put myself in charge of Villa and continue the onslaught. Now, new viewers to this channel, you might think this is petty, but honestly, the pain they've caused me in FM24 this year, they deserve it. Right, Covs? Now, I won't lie to you, I was a bit annoyed when pre-season started with us actually beating teams, left, right and centre. But thankfully when the season got going, even Spurs were smashing us. They put 7 past us, Chelsea hit us for 4, and City hit us for 5. Meaning after 3 matches we were bottom with a -10 goal difference. It's a perfect start. I got more annoyed when Ollie Watkins from centre-back played the ball through and Konza up front scored twice to beat Brentford. Are they having a laugh? But not to worry, as the next 3 games was 9-1 to Manchester United, 10-1 away at AC Milan, and 10-1 at home to Arsenal. So it took until the 4th of November and that horrific run of results to get our first sacking. Rock bottom of the league. Shockingly, we somehow got 4 points though. Do you know what's wild to me? Like, can you imagine if you were a fan of Villa and you were watching them results coming in and your club didn't act until November? You'd be absolutely flipping. But as promised, I'm not letting it go there. I'm going to add a new manager. Here we go. There I am. And then it's straight back in charge of Aston Villa. We've got a job to finish here. And this time I screwed them over with a 1-1-5-3. Sod it.
Heritage.
I also decided to accept all offers for players in the January transfer window. Amazingly, we lasted until the 31st of March in our second stint at the club. Not before flogging Pau Torres to Newcastle and Kamara to Saudi. To be fair, they had the performance of the season, 7-10 against Man City at home. But we also lost 13-3 to Arsenal and quite magnificently 17-4 away at Liverpool. But mission accomplished, folks, because on the 31st of March, Villa relegated with 5 points and a goal difference of -156. We've scored 70 times, to be fair, which is the best in the bottom 14, even beating Manchester United. But we've conceded 226 and there's still 7 games to go. And yes, I'm going to put myself back in charge for those 7 games. For the rest of the season, I'm being nice and giving them the tactic that looks like a number 2. We finished with 14 points. Pathetic.
It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace.
Conceded 241, Villa now championship bound. I won't lie, that feels pretty damn good, and isn't it apt that I'm doing a Villa video and I'm ill? I'm ill. I've got the worst man flu ever, but that makes me feel a bit better. Now we're into the Championship now, and this is just going to continue, but we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to put somebody in charge of the transfers. It won't be me, but I'm going to delegate it to Ryan Disdia. This is Ryan. He's a director from America. He's in charge of signing players.
Cut the show.
Our season in the Championship began with Ramsey away to Arsenal, Ollie Watkins to Burnley, Diego Carlos has gone to Wolves, and we brought nobody in.
Cinema.
It means our squad's looking a little bit small. Despite that, we are second favourites to get promoted. Let's put a stop to that. That should do it.
Failure is your destiny.
First sacking, 15th of October, like last time. 20th, we won 3 times. 6-5 against Hull Wednesday and a 3-1 against Oxford. They are actually adapting to this tactic worryingly well, and they are 5 points clear of relegation. We can't have that. That'll work. But we've hit the skids beautifully, and this 15-4 defeat to Sunderland leaves us rock bottom of the Championship on only 14 points. And we've conceded 167 already, and we've been sacked again. Back to it. So kind of hilariously, they've kept me in a job. It seemed like they're resigned to their fate. They've got 14 points in the Championship now. They've conceded 329, which is a new PB for me. They have scored 127, so they are the top scorers in the league. Who would have thought that would do that? I think my favourite result was that one, 6-16 against Norwich, who had 51 shots. Right, Villa, that's you in the Championship, down to League One now. Let's get to next season. 5 matches to finish this off. Right, League One, here we go. We are second favourites. For some reason, Stoke are favourites. Might have something to do with the fact we've got about 6 players left. Are you sure, lads? Are you sure? I've got to be a bit kinder this season and give them a couple of centre-backs. Liberos. Off you go, boys. Good luck. I mean, on the bright side, they are absolutely loaded, thanks to me selling everybody. Solid start. I'm recording this on New Year's Eve, and it's New Year's Eve in-game, and that is a bad run for the ages. In early March, the die was set. Aston Villa relegated to League 2, and they still haven't sacked me despite playing this formation. Alright, it's the final hurdle. We've got Aston Villa into League 2 where they belong. In fact, they belong one step lower. To facilitate that, we're going to carry on with this. In fact, let's just take that centre-back out, move him up front. Much better. Season preview has us at 10-1 on. November, we've been sacked again, but Jesus, Villa, it could be worse. Are you sure, lads? Good decision. Good decision. Right, so here's the thing. If you want to start a Football Manager save, do it with Aston Villa because they won't sack you. Because at the minute, I'm 24th in the league, having won 2 out of 39. 8 points, relegated to the conference, job done, and they still haven't sacked me. And God bless John Duran, who is still at the club. Yeah, you could say that's a pretty rough season. As the season comes to a close, that's it. Mission accomplished. Aston Villa relegated with only 9 points. They will spend next season in the Vanarama National League. I mean, shout out to some of these boys who've stayed all the way through, like John Duran and Morgan Rogers. I mean, they're loaded though, look at that. It's not all bad. It's not all bad. I got to text the wife, she'll love this. She'll love this. Helen, look what I've done.
No, that's really bad, Neil. What about the fans? It's not very good.
So after that guilt trip from the wife, I had to do a bit of soul searching. So, it's time to do the unthinkable. With Villa now down in the National League, I got to work, planning my assault to get them back to the Premier League to clear my conscience. No stone would be left unturned as I planned the transfers, the squad, and even getting the staff back. Shockingly, in Season 1, we still had John Duran to play up front for us. Surely he would get us promoted. And the pre-season odds thought so too. I also spent $3 million on players that I knew would be good at this division and help us get promoted. First season, great success as we stormed the league with 123 points. That's 153 goals, by the way, with Duran helping himself to 39. But shout out the kid Zach Emerson, who I nicked from Halifax. He also scored 41. So now we're back in league football. They were only down for a season, so Villa fans, calm down. I've made a ton more signings for this level as well. Loads of free transfers, but some transfers of Premier League teams. These sort of players, Big Fred Onyedimna, these sort of players should help us storm it. Tactically, I've got this, Villa Revival. I used it last season, it stormed it, and I'm thinking this season it'll do the same. You'll notice a few players in there from day one. Maatsen, far too good for this level, just ridiculous. Morgan Rogers as well. And then obviously we've got up front John Duran. Hilariously, in this season, we knocked Tottenham out in the third round of the FA Cup. And as for the league campaign, we were just too strong for the league. And we stormed 100 points again. And that's 2 promotions in 2 years. We are on the way back. And quite a season for the big man, only scoring 24. Now we're in League One. It can be a notoriously tough league for big teams to get out of. Less transfers in this time. Couple of left backs because Maatsen took Saudi money. Damn him. He's not as loyal as Duran. Same tactic. Let's see what it does. So this John Duran penalty knocked Chelsea out of the League Cup. We got all the way to the semi-final. Brighton knocked us out. And the league was slightly tougher as we lost 11 times but still got promoted with Rotherham taking the top spot. Duran scores nearly 40 goals and next to him Big Zach bagged in 35. Okay, that's another promotion. 3 in a row. Toughest one yet now though, Championship. And then I might get some dinner tonight. Villa back in the Championship then, and it's a pretty strong Championship as always. Season preview has not been kind to us in top 8, so you can see teams that are fancied above us. Now I've reacted to it this time by getting in some loans from Premier League teams. All these boys will probably start. But I'm not changing formation, we're keeping the same one. Now we had a little bit of a dodgy start, but we soon adapted. Big time. And this absolute legend. Look, I might hate Aston Villa, but this man is in my heart now. He has his best season yet, scoring 41 in the league and 47 overall. Give this man a testimonial. It means arguably our best season yet considering the level of the league as we get back to the Premier League with 101 points. And we broke 100 goals yet again. So the roller coaster is over. We took them all the way down and I brought them back up out of guilt. I didn't change the tactic at all. It is an absolute boomer, that one. It's a bit of a remix of the Galatasaray one I used in the previous video. Did the job. So there you have it. Aston Villa are once again a Premier League team. Hopefully though, that's the end of them messing with us. Otherwise, I'll come back.